Miss Linda and I and Miss Lily from the Mutley crew just out for a Sunday drive. We drove through here the other day. Well, that would have been Thursday, I think. Veterans Day. We went to lunch over at a place called Danny's Place in Fairfield Bay, Arkansas. While we were driving through, we noticed that there was some awful pretty foliage. Fall foliage. Leaves are turning. Sun shining through the leaves. Now, we're a little later in the day. That was about noontime. We're about 3 hours later right now, so we don't have quite the sunlight coming in from up above, but hopefully, just like right here, there's some really pretty trees, as you can hopefully see alongside the road. This is a really hilly road as well. It's not one of Miss Linda's favorites because of the hills, but it's definitely scenic. There is a little creek that during rainy season runs through at the bottom of here. We're going to pass through there, but it hasn't rained enough lately for there to be any water flowing. There's also a couple waterfalls within the city limits of Fairfield Bay. One of them you have to hike. Well, you have to hike to any of them, but it's just been so dry lately. We did have a good rain a couple days ago, but not enough to get water flowing. Right down here is the bottom of the hill. Little mud puddle there on the right where water sometimes flows under the road right here. Off to our left, I'm just going to pull in there real quick. Fairfield Bay has developed a bunch of UTV, ATV trails. Now, they don't allow four-wheel drive vehicles like Jeeps or pickups or anything, but they do have maps available. Here's if you can see, welcome to Fairfield Bay's ATV, UTV trails, list of rules there. Blue trail takes off to our right. Off to our left, I think, is also a trail, but I don't have really any idea yet where these go. We've got a Polaris Ranger ordered. Last we heard is supposed to be shipped the 19th, which is this coming week, about 5 days from now. What's that going to be? 15th, about Friday or Thursday?
Yeah, I think it's Friday.
This coming week. All throughout Fairfield Bay, they did have a road system going through. It was a resort area developed back, I believe, in the 1960s. My folks bought some property down here in the 1970s. I've been coming down on vacation off and on. A couple of years ago, I inherited the property, which isn't in Fairfield Bay, but it's close to it. And they're really trying to develop this now as a recreational area. A lot of the old roadways that were platted and cut through have now become ATV trails, along with some other trails through creek beds and various places in the area. There's various streets and through. Now we're going to go through actually the western portion of Fairfield Bay, down through what they call Mountain Ranch area. Right here's another roadway that goes off into the hills. But as we go through, we'll see other signs and I'll point them out. UTV, ATV trails in the Ozarks, really rocky area, a lot of loose rock, really cool. A couple times we've gone out, rented an ATV, or a UTV, a Polaris Ranger, in fact. There's a business here in Fairfield Bay that has a rental business, several vehicles. He'll take you out on guided tours, or a lot of people bring their own. They've got they built a new motel a few years ago, Cobblestone Inn, and they really try to attract UTV, ATV riders. There's another ATV trailer parking. Off to our left is another trail.
Somewhere I thought I heard or read, and I could be mistaken, that there's something like in the neighborhood of 600 miles of ATV, UTV trails to ride in this area.
Well, and I've read it too, and I was thinking 300 miles,
okay.
But I'm not certain of that at all.
Right, and I'm not either.
It is a really neat area, and we'd like to get out in the wilds area. All the fall foliage is still on the trees. Probably make some videos, take some pictures and things there too. Right now we're actually actually headed towards what they call the town center. They've got a post office, a senior center. There's a retirement facility over here. Well, it basically was designed as a retirement area. What it meant to say was like a home for elderly. Rest home, there you go. They have minimal care and full nursing care, whatever a person needs. Assisted living in this neat setting in the Ozarks.
There's a couple.
an ATV,
There you
a couple
go.
of them coming at us right there.
Yeah, that's good.
They're really popular in this area, and part of the trails go on the
that's a
roadways. Well, there must be a tour
I
group of
think,
some kind.
well, I think there's a riding club in the area. I think there's a riding club for ATV/UTV, and they plan rides. They all meet, and then they go out and ride together.
And we haven't really checked it out yet because so far we don't have anything to go along. But hopefully we soon will have, and we'll probably seek out other people that do the same. We do have a friend that has one and wants us to go.
It's our Christmas present. Our Polaris is our Christmas
we're getting
present.
that for ourselves for Christmas. Here are some condo type units on our right side. There are also rental condos, bed and breakfast, or not bed and breakfast, Airbnb is what I meant to say. Properties throughout the area as well. Did a lot of full-time. I think there's 2,200 full-time residents of Fairfield Bay, according to a sign I saw somewhere. It's just a really neat area if you like getting out in the wilds. And since they opened the trails, there's also hiking trails. There's a couple golf courses. There's lots of things to do here. There's a nice big lake. Greer's Ferry Lake, billed as one of the top 10 most pristine lakes in America. Fairfield Bay has a marina down there that's operated by Fairfield Bay. They have a bunch of boat slips, quite a waiting list, I understand. We saw a couple weeks ago they just built a bunch there. We're going by the post office right now. There's Jack's, a gas station, and a convenience store, and they have a little sandwich business in there as well. Several restaurants scattered throughout the area. Cool Pool Cafe, Poblano's, Little Red Restaurant, Danny's Restaurant, or Danny's Place, I think's the name of it. Nice big church here. There's quite a few churches within Fairfield Bay. Then off to the right up here is the senior center. Behind that's a recreation center.
Yeah, they have an indoor pool as well as a gym over here at the recreation center.
We're going to be turning soon. Where is that? Right up here, right at the bottom of this hill, I think.
Yes, it is. So it's really designed to have everything within the community because originally it was built to be like retirement community, I suppose, like some of the gated communities.
We took the next left, isn't it?
Yep.
We came through here the other day. I was using my telephone with Google Maps to get through here. We don't really know our way through. We've been through a couple of times. Once on the ATV ride, we came this way. Green trail, we go straight ahead. I didn't notice if there was a sign marking going this way or not.
I didn't either, nor did I.
There are trails scattered throughout.
It's a really nice ride through here. We came down here to go to have lunch at Danny's Place. We'd never been there before, and we're very pleasantly surprised. It's a little restaurant right on the golf course and big old windows so you can look out on the driving range and the putting green, and
tables with tablecloths. Yes. Very friendly staff.
They have music in there on, pretty regular, and the owner was really nice, and and his wife had a little dog and come over and talked to us for probably about 15 minutes, and we definitely will go back there. I liked it, and the food was very good. So sandwich type fare mainly. They do have like chicken fried steak, and I can't remember what else. The desserts were phenomenal. Oh man,
we had a strawberry something or other, and some of the best key lime pie we've had.
Yeah.
A few years ago, we were trying to find the best key lime pie in the country. We didn't get everywhere there is to go. We did find some that were far and away better than others. And this one is right up there.
Look at this hillside, and I don't know if it's coming through or not.
Yeah, it's on the camera. Hopefully with the sunshine, it's really showing up. We'll go kind of slow by here.
You know, to me, it doesn't seem as brilliant as what we saw when we were up in Michigan
The colors aren't as vivid. The golds and yellows just aren't as bright. There's a lot of kind of dull reds, dull browns, but it still makes for a pretty area, and the twisty roads and hills. It's a fun area to ride motorcycles in also. Of course, we're actually in the city limits of Fairfield Bay here. I don't know what their total area is. Pretty large area, really.
Maybe it's 600 square miles. Is that too much? I'm thinking maybe
that's probably not that much.
Okay. Trying to figure out where that 600 comes in somewhere. Could have been talking about the lake.
Well, of course, a lot of the trails are on the roadways too, so maybe there's 600 counting all the roads. They do have one restriction. Well, they got several restrictions, but one notable. UTVs, ATVs are allowed on the streets.
No, I don't. Oh, we're right here. Is that okay?
Yeah, there's Danny's place right there where we had. We got golf course off to the. Actually, we're kind of surrounded by golf. But the restriction I started talking about, you can ride your vehicles on the street to and from trails. Now, if you stop at the gas station, stop at a restaurant, something like that on the way, that's fine. But there are areas of Fairfield Bay where they don't want UTVs, ATVs going through unless you live there and are going to or from trails. They just don't want the whole place to turn into a racetrack with UTVs. There are families that live here, have kids. It's predominantly, I think, older folks, but there are a few younger people raising their families here. So we wanted to drive through this again. I wanted to bring you along to show you a little bit about where we stay when we're not out on the road traveling. We are still living in the motor home, living in the RV full time. We do have a developed parking pad on what was my parents' property down here. I mentioned they bought that back in the 70s. Both of my parents are deceased now. I inherited the property. There's an old mobile home on the property that we are refurbishing and may eventually live in when we're done traveling, or maybe between traveling. Needs a full overhaul. So far we've got one bedroom, bathroom, big closet done, working on dining room, kitchen area right now. Got walls painted about a week ago. And we have company coming, family coming for Thanksgiving, which is next week, isn't it? Not this coming week, but the following week.
Correct. They'll be here a week from Wednesday.
We have enough they can live up there comfortably. Like a guest house. It's got 2 bathrooms, 3 bedrooms.
I think the thing is that we're not uncomfortable in the motorhome.
We kind of like the RV because everything we need is there. Everything's within an arm's reach. You don't have to run into the other room to find stuff unless you left what you wanted in the bedroom. It's a 40-foot RV. It's really quite comfortable. Got everything you need, plus
the 3 dogs and 3 cats. They all come in. The cats come in at night and sleep inside, and they travel with us. And the 3 dogs. We used to have 4 dogs and no cats, but we lost our dachshund last January, and
took 3 cats.
Now we have 3 cats. So that that's another long story, but. It's fun to travel with them all, and the cats do really well, remarkably. I was not sure. And the first trip we took with them,
Brentwood here is like multi-family homes. I don't know specifically. I suppose it's condo setup, maybe townhouse. I really don't know how they refer to them. Really nice area between the Highway 16 entrance from into Fairfield Bay, going up towards Mountain Ranch Golf Course and Danny's Place, the restaurant. Also building a new convenience store on the highway. Is going to be owned and operated by Fairfield Bay, I guess more or less by the community club. So here we are. This is the Mountain Ranch entrance or exit. We're exiting to Fairfield Bay off Highway 16. Goes between Shirley and Greer's Ferry. So I'm going to stop this video here and start it again for a new one. So we're actually going to have 2 videos out of this. So for now, thanks for watching. Be safe. Have a great day. It's Chuck, Miss Linda, and Miss Lily. Why not wander? Why not wander with us? Be safe. Have a great day.